I recently sat down with Bjoern, the founder of Katalyst, to talk about how his product got started. I learned quite a bit that I didn't know, and I wanted to kind of summarize some of the specific things that I learned about how Katalyst is made and how it's made differently than anything in the industry. I think you'll want to watch this. There's some more detailed explanations of how some things work than I was ever able to explain before, and some of the more complex parts of the interview I'm going to try and help explain visually. I hope you enjoy. All right, guys, there's a lot of information to cover here. I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as I can because it's going to make for a long video if I don't. First off, Katalyst has allowed my coupon to be stackable. This is something I wanted to mention. Moving forward, always try my coupon. It might be stackable on top of their current sale. It might be, they might change my coupon to be a little bit more than their current coupon. I'm trying to work to get you the most discount on the suit that I can get you. So my coupon is my way of doing that. It's how I can implement that for you. So currently on the suit, they have a suit 25 coupon that gets you 25% off the main suit, the actual physical suit itself. And then my $350 coupon, Austin After 40, will get you an additional $350 off after that. So in my interview, Bjoern talked a lot about, he used an analogy of dancing to a piano. Your working out is like dancing, and there always had to be somebody to run the piano. So somebody had to play the piano for you to dance. That was implemented through trainer adjusting your individual muscle settings, letting you know what exercises to do, when your repetition is going to start, when your repetition ends, you know, countdowns for that kind of stuff, and then obviously adjusting the overall intensity of the suit as you continue through the workout. So some suits have obviously gotten better at this, made the adjustments easier, some of that kind of stuff. So Katalyst has changed the way that EMS works from a traditional standpoint, in that it has taken away the need for a piano player. It's kind of like they took the music, gave you an iPod with all sorts of different genres of music. So now you can do strength workouts, you can do power workouts, you can do cardio workouts, you can do recovery with relaxation. In addition to those 4 different areas, they also have a bunch of different styles of workouts so that you can dance, right, in the way that you want to dance and listen to the kind of music that you want to listen to without having to run the piano the entire time. Katalyst in their app, and this is diving more deeply into how Katalyst does this, the way that they adjust the muscles. So and this separates Katalyst from everybody else in the field. Katalyst has your muscle settings, you know, the first time you ever work out, it sets your individual muscle settings particular to you. When you scale up in your workouts, it scales your individual muscle groups like algorithmically with your overall global level of intensity in the workout. You know, say my abs are more sensitive to the impulse signal or are just weaker in general, right? And I have my abs set to 20 and my chest is really strong and I have it set at 100. When I adjust my overall settings, my overall suit intensity, and I adjust that by 10%, it's going to take my abs from 20 to 22, and it's going to take my chest from 100 to 110. So it's not adjusting both of those muscle groups by 10 units. It's adjusting them by, say, a percentage. So what's really cool about that is I don't have to focus on adjusting my individual muscle groups during a workout. That's really huge, okay? So a trainer would always do that kind of before. And what I've seen is an issue in EMS outside of Katalyst is, say I have my abs set at a level 10, 10% or something, and my chest is set at 40%. Now if I want to adjust my entire suit up, right, and I want to adjust it up by 5, my abs go from 10 to 15 and my chest goes from 40 to 45. Okay, well, like I've just adjusted my abs by 50% and I've only adjusted my chest by, like, I don't know what that would be, like 15%. That makes a lot of the complexity in adjusting your suit levels throughout the workout really simple. And Katalyst does that behind the scenes, beneath the software. It just works. So one thing that I sometimes forget is that most people haven't actually worked out before. So one of the great things about the app as well is that the trainer is showing you all the movements to do. They're showing you what's coming ahead of time. It's moving you through a lot of different movements to make sure you're working out your entire body, or at least getting range of motion through your entire body. And that is something that's extremely important. You can't just throw these suits on and stand still and expect results. So you need to be able to move. You need to be able to move through that range of motion and get that flex through the full range of motion of your arm moving back and forth so that you're building strength, you're building neural connectivity, and you're exercising those muscle fibers through the full range of motion. Now, that's one great thing that Katalyst has done is I know that they've done a ton of research on the core exercises that EMS really works well with. The trainers run through a lot of these exercises and change them up and make it interesting to where you're getting full range of movement through all the muscles that are being worked in the Katalyst suit. And so you don't have to have all of that knowledge base to get the most out of EMS. One of the cool things with Katalyst, which I'm ashamed to say I haven't tried yet, my living room is not really set up for casting to my TV, so I haven't even tried to mess with it, is you can cast your workout. It will split your screen between your iPhone or iPad or whatever and the TV. So it'll put the main workout on the TV. You can follow along with that, but then your individual adjustment and your information is on your iPhone or your iPad. It just makes your workouts more immersive and makes the workouts more fun. Obviously, the odds of you using the suit in 3 months go up significantly. Okay, so this is something that I found is interesting, which I just in a casual conversation down in Vegas, I realized when you're under load and something happens, say your phone rings or your kid gets hurt, you can disable Katalyst with just gross motor skills. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so what I'm talking about is maybe my kid gets hurt or I hear a crash and I'm not thinking to stop the workout on my iPad. I'm thinking about fixing that problem immediately. I can just detach this really easily because it's just connected with magnets. That is a gross motor skill. I don't have to, get to my iPad, hit the screen and push pause. I can just immediately stop it. And this is something that's extremely important. I don't remember what it was that I was doing, but I think my daughter had something going on and I went to go help her with it, right? And the workout was in the initial ramp up period of the workout. So as I'm like trying to help her out, and this is before I thought of this as a solution for stopping the workout. As I'm like trying to help her out, I'm like, the suit is ramping up. It was actually kind of funny. So the suit was ramping up and every 4 seconds I could feel it starting to get more and more intense as I'm like trying to help her find crayons or something. It was something like that. And I didn't even think about the fact that I could just stop the workout by detaching these from the connection points. So that's kind of huge. It's also something that even if you're at really high intensity levels, it's easy enough to grab it and disconnect it, okay? I also like that you can get to it from both sides. So while I've got the suit up, I wanted to show you something. There's 2 pads on the chest for the pectoral muscles. There's 2 pads for the traps. There's 2 pads for the lats. And it's this upper body section that is kind of unique, and Katalyst has patented this. It basically keeps the signal current isolated within the individual muscle group. So EMS to date has had like, say, a pad on the left chest pad and then a pad on the right. So that current is traveling from this muscle across to this muscle. And it's the same in the back. Say would have a pad on the left and a pad on the right. It's that first principles of design, okay? If you can isolate the current within the muscle group, why have it pass across to the other? This was actually one of their ways that they initially got FDA clearance. He isolated the electrical impulse to within the actual muscle, not the muscle group, but the actual muscle that's being activated. So this left chest pad, the current travels from this pad to this pad, say. And it's the same on this side. It travels from this pad to this pad and on the back. So this is unique to Katalyst. This is patented. They've got their own thing on this. It's taking away any sort of possibility aberrant current could travel to an unintended area. I like that it isolates the current to within the muscle group. Traveling beyond that, in the lower body section, the current travels from your left leg, say, to your right leg, or your right leg to your left leg. The added benefit of this, and Bjoern was careful to express that they're not allowed to claim this. These are all anecdotal. This is based on lots of feedback from customers. Postpartum incontinence, one in 3 women after giving childbirth has some form of urinary leakage, right? So some are worse than others. So postpartum incontinence is pretty much solved anecdotally by the current running across from one leg to the other through the pelvic floor. Okay, so this connective tissue, a lot of the stuff that's in your waist here is being, the muscles are being activated because the current travels from, say, your left quad to your right quad. So those signals that activate those muscle fibers are also activating your pelvic floor. If you have a suit, it fits you great, and with Katalyst, you lose weight and now your suit does not fit you anymore, Katalyst will send you a new, smaller suit for free. That is something that no other company is doing. That's just a testament to me of how much Katalyst cares about the outcomes of their customers, that they're not going to punish their customers for their successes. So you don't have to go and splurge extra money on top of the money you already spent to get a smaller suit because Katalyst helped you lose weight. I think that's huge. Okay, I wanted to go over as well how the strength and the power settings work on the Katalyst suit, and I had kind of more insight into how that design was implemented and what it actually ends up doing. And this is, again, unique to Katalyst, okay? Let's go to my imaging device and we'll check it out. This is basically a graph or a chart. This is gonna be time axis, and then these are gonna be the electrical impulses that the pads emit, okay? I'm gonna use blue for slow twitch, and I'm gonna use red for fast twitch muscle fibers. Okay, so the way that the strength setting works is your impulse goes like this. And I can already feel Bjoern probably wanting to reach through his phone as he watches this to strangle me on something that I'm getting wrong. But this is my conceptual understanding of it. Here's what I'm trying to achieve with what I'm showing you. Conceptually, this is what's happening with the pads and what makes Katalyst unique in being able to access fast twitch muscle fibers versus slow twitch muscle fibers. Now, I will probably get grilled in the next interview that I have with him in the ways that this is probably not the way to explain this correctly, so I will try to do an update in the future. Let's just not even use this side of this impulse. So what this does is I have the slow twitch muscle fibers are being activated by this, and then they're starting to relax. And this next slow twitch muscle fiber impulse ends up hitting, and it further tenses that muscle. As it's starting to relax, it fires, okay? So what this is doing is it is flexing the muscle fibers at an impulse to where it's getting, and I can never get this term correct, but it's the contraction of the muscle, okay? So what these electrical impulses are doing across this time frame, it's catching the muscle as it starts to want to relax. Okay, so this is how the strength setting works, and I don't know the exact frequencies. I want to say it's 70 hertz, or I don't think it's megahertz. I think it's 70 hertz versus 105 hertz. Okay, so what's happening here with your fast twitch muscle fibers is this strength setting, right? As this fires, this does activate your fast twitch muscle fibers, but they are relaxing. So they never quite get to full flex. Say take the same axis, but we're shortening the time axis. So what's ending up happening here is as these signals in strength happen, say up here is your full activation of your slow twitch muscle fibers. Okay, what's happening with these frequencies, this flexes and it goes to here. And then it starts to want to come down, and then it goes up, and it starts to want to come down, and it goes up. And so each time it flexes, it's getting to full activation of this muscle flexing, okay? And so this is slow twitch muscle fibers. So now what's happening with fast twitch in these strength impulses is the impulses are not close enough together to be able to catch the fast twitch muscle fiber at its peak to build to a full flex, a full tension. So if we look at fast twitch muscle fibers, the impulses are going to come at faster intervals. So what's happening with your slow twitch muscle fibers is both are being activated. As you can see here, what's happening with the slow twitch muscle fibers in both the strength workout and in the power workouts, your slow twitch muscle fibers are being flexed to a full tension across the entire 4 seconds. Now, fast twitch muscle fibers in the in the strength workouts are going to do exactly what I was drawing up here, which is they're going to come back down. Okay, so they're gonna catch, and so they're never gonna end up being fully activated by this strength workout. But what happens when you increase the frequency of the impulses that the Katalyst suit is activating is it catches these impulses before they can go down. Okay, so now if you have a full tension in your fast twitch muscle fibers, it's being activated by this increase in frequency of the impulses, whereas in the strength workouts, it's allowing those fast twitch muscle fibers to relax so that they're just kind of going like this and never getting to this level where they're fully flexed. So that is the difference between the strength workouts and the power workouts. So in the power workout, you're working out your slow twitch muscle fibers and your fast twitch muscle fibers. And you're working those out from the first minute to the 20th minute, okay? In working out in a gym, you have to overload these slow twitch muscle fibers to really start to bring in and train the fast twitch muscle fibers. So this is why Katalyst is so amazing, because as an elderly person, as somebody later on in life who, you're not an athlete anymore, you don't do crazy stuff, so your fast twitch muscle fibers start to atrophy. So where Katalyst comes in with this is it's able to train your fast twitch muscle fibers without overloading your joints, without the excessive overload of your slow twitch muscle fibers, which are also arguably getting overloaded during the course of the workout. But you're able to train these fast twitch muscle fibers even at low levels. It's not a metric of how tired you get when you're working out as to whether you're training the fast twitch muscle fibers or not. You are training them from the first minute. So that also means that at lower levels, you are still training your fast twitch muscle fibers in the power workouts. As somebody in your 70s or 80s and you're using the suit, you don't have to go ridiculously hard to get the fast twitch muscle fiber growth that you're wanting to achieve. This is amazing because then that means that as somebody advancing in the years doesn't have to hit the suit like you would hit it in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s. You now have the ability to train those fast twitch muscle fibers and increase your quality of life at any age at this point. I mean, it's just so cool. Quick summary, the electrical impulses over time for, say, strength workout are further spread apart as to not catch the fast twitch muscle fibers in their peak to attain a full muscle fiber contraction, okay? So what the strength workout does is it's just hitting your slow twitch muscle fibers by spreading those impulses out far enough to where it doesn't fully activate the fast twitch muscle fibers. In the power workout, the fast twitch, the electrical impulses are close enough together where it catches the fast twitch muscle fibers while they're still flexed so that they can constantly build to a full contraction of all those fast twitch muscle fibers. It's extremely cool the way that Katalyst has done this, and as far as I know, it is unique. So it's extremely cool that they have been able to do this not just by overloading all the muscles, but it's by actually firing the impulses just the right amount with no excess to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. So this goes back to first principles of design. You want to figure out what you want to achieve, and you want to do the minimum that you need to do to get there, right, on the back end for the user to achieve what you want to achieve. So, and I may be speaking out of turn, but my vibe I got from Bjoern was throughout the Katalyst design process, there was a heavy, heavy weight on making the system and just EMS in general hugely accessible to everybody. Obviously, EMS captures those extreme cases like myself, right, who want to get massive muscle building or whatever you can get, right? Most of the design decisions were based around making the system more accessible to everybody. So making it easy, making it intuitive, taking away instruction. If you don't need to read a 10-page manual on how to use the suit. You can watch a video, get started, and you might use the suit better after 10 workouts because you've learned your body, you've learned different things that were taught to you through the workouts by the trainers. I mean, it's extremely cool from a standpoint that the system really is intuitive, and it's not intuitive by accident. It's intuitive by design. So that's where I really see Katalyst standing out uniquely in the industry. And I have to incredible amount of credit to Bjoern on his vision for this and where he's almost single-handedly going to take EMS and apply it to the entire US market. And I hope that it blows up fast. Everybody can benefit from this. It's pretty huge. If you're liking this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, throw a comment in the comment section. Please ask questions in the comment section of things you want me to ask Bjoern next time that I get him on an interview. I have enough questions to ask him to fill up 10, 20 hours currently. I would love to get your questions about the suit and about EMS in general through comments so that I can remember to ask those to him as we cover those kind of topics within individual interviews. So go watch that interview if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.